In February 1972, a catastrophic natural disaster struck Iran, one of the most severe blizzards in recorded history. Over the course of just 1 week, the skies over Iran unleashed more than 10 feet, 3 meters, of snow across rural and urban areas alike, covering almost half of the country in a thick, icy blanket. The immense scale of this blizzard had devastating effects, particularly in the northwestern, central, and southern parts of Iran. The blizzard began quietly but quickly intensified, with snowfall rates so high that visibility was reduced to near zero. Entire villages in the path of the storm were buried under snowdrifts as high as 26 feet, 8 meters. Roads were impassable, cars were buried or abandoned, communication lines were cut off, and thousands of people were trapped in their homes or temporary shelters without heat or electricity. The provinces of Ardabil, Tehran, Isfahan, and Fars were among the hardest hit. In some areas, the snow was relentless, continuing for more than a week. The rural nature of many affected regions, combined with the sheer intensity of the snowfall, made rescue operations incredibly challenging. Many outlying villages were completely isolated from the outside world, with no way to receive help. Tragically, the blizzard claimed the lives of approximately 4,000 people, making it one of the deadliest snowstorms in history. In the village of Sheklab and its surrounding areas alone, an estimated 100 people perished. The village of Kamarj, in particular, suffered unimaginable losses, with only 3 survivors out of a population of 100. The scale of human suffering and the logistical nightmare of reaching stranded survivors compounded the crisis. Rescue efforts were slow and fraught with difficulties. Helicopters and rescue teams faced harsh conditions, including the risk of avalanches, further complicating the already dire situation. The Iranian government, with limited resources and facing such extreme conditions, struggled to respond effectively. International aid was called upon, but the severity and extent of the blizzard were such that many of the most affected areas could not be reached immediately. In the aftermath of the blizzard, entire communities had to be rebuilt. Many of the survivors suffered from frostbite, loss of livestock, and complete destruction of their homes. The disaster highlighted severe weaknesses in infrastructure and emergency response that Iran needed to address. The 1972 Iran blizzard remains a stark reminder of the power of nature and the vulnerability of human settlements to extreme weather events. It serves as a somber testament to the importance of disaster preparedness and the resilience required to rebuild and recover from such a profound calamity.
Extraordinary snow depths. The blizzard dumped an unprecedented amount of snow, with reports of more than 10 feet, 3 meters, accumulating in just 1 week, and snowdrifts reportedly piling up to 26 feet, 8 meters, high in some areas. These depths are extraordinary even for regions accustomed to winter snow. Widespread impact. The blizzard affected roughly half of Iran, a country predominantly known for its arid and semi-arid climate. The extensive geographical coverage of the blizzard was highly unusual and unexpected. Extreme mortality rate in villages. Some villages experienced near-total casualties, with the village of Kamarj left with only 3 survivors out of a population of 100. The scale of loss in such small, isolated communities is particularly harrowing. Isolation and inaccessibility. The blizzard rendered many areas completely inaccessible. Roads were blocked, and entire villages were isolated from external assistance, complicating rescue and recovery efforts dramatically. Severity and duration. The severity and the duration of the storm were highly unusual for Iran. The blizzard continued relentlessly for more than a week, which is atypical for the region's usual climate patterns. Avalanche risk during rescue. The risk of avalanches further endangered rescue efforts, presenting a secondary but significant hazard to already challenging operations.